Your sisters drown Laertes. Is a fever dream for at least 4 people. One of you will play Ophelia, while the others decide who Ophelia was and what she meant to them. In some ways, it is a game about grief, and another way, it is an examination of the manic pixie dream girl and how there is a real person behind that title. It is heavily inspired by Hamlet Act 5, Scene 1, in which Hamlet and Laertes leap into the open grave of Ophelia to fight over who loved her more. Download includes full color text on. Okay, so so this is interesting. This is like a. Oh, that's what it meant by physical game. I see. Main game full color. Oh, this is like full on like a. Oh. Yeah, I can't get into this. This is like a multiplayer type thing. It's not something I can do, unfortunately. So let me just uninstall that real quick. Wait, what was it called? The Tail Makes the Fox. Okay, never mind. So here's episode 1, I guess. Synopsis. Lilim is an auditor for the main Hell government. Okay, this is going to be this type of game. I kind of assumed so. But when her beloved Lord Lucifer tasks her with going to the Kumanoito district, this is going to be terrible with pronunciations, to investigate their governor for soul laundering. Okay, she has no choice but to obey. Will Little naive, what? Is that a sentence? Will Little naive Lilim be able to survive her stay in Kuminoito? Will she maybe find someone special, or will she just go right back to licking Lucifer's boots? This seems like it's gonna be interesting in the worst kind of way. Oh boy, I can just feel Tsundere energy coming off of, which one was it? No, maybe her? No. Yeah, I don't know. But there's definitely going to be one in here. I can tell you that. Okay, so I actually have the way I have to download is I have to make sure to click this. This is going to be on my computer. That's it's half a gigabyte. This I can tell you right now, this is more than likely going to be one of the games that I don't spend a lot of time on. Okay. I guess I'm launching it. Does this one go full screen? Oh, it does. Okay, solid.
The 7 Districts of Sin. The tail makes the fox.
Okay, time to turn that volume back up now because this game isn't like blowing my eardrums out. Okay. I have no idea what any of this is. No. Yes. Okay, just making sure that's proper full screen. Is that load? What? Start? I guess years have passed, but still none have forgotten the 100-year war, the tragedy that came very close to overthrowing the supreme overlord of hell, Lucifer. Wayward demons who had received nothing but abuse deceived the ultimate deceiver and waged war on the devil. Lucifer squashed that first attack swiftly. It would have been the end of the war had not one significant event occurred. The traitorous demons joined sides with the humans, lending the mortals their unholy power. The battle escalated into a fierce and bloody struggle, causing death to plague both Earth and Hell for decades upon decades. Those acts of insubordination dealt a huge blow to the Lord of Hell's patience and pride. It was simply not enough for them to snuff out the war. Many had to fall along with it. Disregarding all loyalties, both enemy and ally alike were torn down by the devil's own hand. With the end of the 100-year war, the structures of hell were broken and in need of reform, and so Lord Lucifer split the underworld into 7 districts, each with its own distinct culture. The first district, Kessel of Gluttony, the second district, Fuzhang of Lust, the third district, oh my Jesus Christ, this keeps getting worse, Murcielago of Greed, the fourth district, Phantasma of Pride, the fifth district, Grafstein of Sloth, so laziness, the sixth district, Kumanoito of Wrath, and finally the 7th District, Uhire of Envy. Order and as much peace as one could expect in hell was restored by that act. Each district was allowed to live independently from the rest, but was asked to deal with their own problems, and controlled by their own individual governors. They were each tasked with harvesting a particular sin. This new way of life divided the demons, allowing Overlord Lucifer to establish stronger control over them, ensuring that they would never again be betrayed. At least that was the idea. Recently there has been unrest within the districts. One in particular has been causing more trouble than they're worth, and the devil is starting to get tired of hearing about it. Oh, here we go. Jesus. Lucy, as the Overlord is more casually known, squints at the sniveling governor standing before them.
Overlord, are you listening? That forsaken succubus is at it again. She is a thief!
Whatever the man is saying is irrelevant right now. Lucy isn't focused on his complaints. Instead, they are entertaining themselves by creating the illusion of placing him between their forefinger and thumb with one forceful pinch and pretend to crush him. They can already hear the governor's bones snapping and just blood sloshing from his skin. Jesus Christ, like a bursted pimple.
Overlord Lucifer, these are serious matters. We must take care of them as quickly as possible.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so there's we got a character roster here. The man stops speaking as Lucy's face brightens with an enlightened realization. Again, what the governor says is irrelevant and isn't impacting the devil's mood or thought process at all. Lucy suddenly realizes that with the greatest delight that their devilishness, Jesus, doesn't have to be imaginary. They can do exactly that, and so easily in reality without consequence. Wait, is this Lucifer? Because this is non-binary as fuck. Their strange melodic laugh fills the throne room, the hallway, and every room from the east to the west wing. Cracks quickly run through the walls, wooden doors splinter, and the windows all rock violently in their frames. It should be noted that the cost incurred every year in collateral damages from the Overlord's mood should never be mentioned or thought of. That's actually kind of funny. This year alone, 80 people in the finance department have been executed for mentioning it.
A bug. You're like a tiny little bug.
Lucifer continues to snicker, the demonic laughter dying to just a slither of a smile.
But my mistress...
Mistress?
Yeah, I'm gonna go auto.
Must?
The Supreme Overlord shakes their head slowly, a warning glint shimmering in their regal eyes. It seems playful at first, but slowly begins to bore holes into the... Okay, getting off auto, because I need to be able to read that. The governor gulps loudly, afraid to open his mouth and utter the wrong thing again, but the tap of Lucifer's fingers against the arm of the throne represents a countdown of the seconds of patience they have left.
Lady, Lord, Sir?
Lady, Lord, Sir? Insubordination!
Lucy's foot slams down, causing a quake to ripple through the entire building. The Human Resource Department below is showered in rubble, but they continue to work through the natural disaster that is their Overlord.
You, the 4th governor of the 3rd district, come here before me and do grovel appropriately.
A long finger points the governor. Anger burns in Lucy's eyes, igniting a flicker fire in the palm
Do
of
you
her
not
hand.
wonder what happened to the first 3 governors of your district?
Oh, I could take a guess. What am I even watching right now? The Lord of Hell's voice cracks with demented joy as the fire grows and engulfs their whole hand.
I apologize. I humbly beg your forgiveness, O great ruler.
The Overlord's anger extinguishes as suddenly as it appeared, sitting back down on the throne. Lucy's voice becomes insipidly sweet.
Apology accepted. Now, back to what you are here for. I think you should. The only clear course of action is... What did you come here for?
Lucy Vega was that whatever the governor is complaining about is boring. This is definitely not my type of game. I mean, not even just the like weirdness of this being like a fucking simp machine, but like, but even just the fact that like I don't like the story like click, like this kind of thing was the reason that I couldn't get through Genshin, like the beginning of Genshin. They really don't want to listen to the man repeat himself, however, not knowing is also. I just want to get past the first like area, like the first setting, just to see. Because like the art here is like not terrible for what this game is. This was $10 on itch, so ever not knowing is also very irrational to Overlord, and by asking they will be irritated but not ignorant.
About the Kumino Ito district, they have been practically
Kumo
caught
and Ito.
red-handed trifling in my district's affairs.
Practically caught is not the same as being caught, though, is it?
Lucy now remembers why they had gotten bored and started to imagine the governor as a bug.
That's correct, but I know the 6th district is up to something. I can just smell the greed on that succubus. And she's taunting me because she knows that I know, and she...
What a whiny creature. Blah, 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 my souls, blah, 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 the outrage! Why haven't I killed them already?
Once more bored of the governor, Lucy's mind begins to wander. Then finally, something the man says gets through to the ruler's idle
What will
mind.
you do about her transgressions?
Ugh.
What will I do? Do you truly think that was an appropriate thing to ask me?
This dude's
And
stupid.
I advise you to think quickly on that.
Governor Babel is caught between apologizing and continuing his whiny rants about the 6th district.
I am begging you, O Great One, to not misunderstand, but something still has to be done about the 6th district.
Misunderstand? Insubordination!
I've heard that sound effect before. What is that from? Lucy screams and a ring of fire surrounds the governor. Oh, simple. Die! The man is swallowed by the flames, leaving a charred pentagram on the ground and a pile of ash in his wake. Lucy slouches against her throne, pinching the space between
I
their
know
brows.
you're there, Fox.
From behind the curtains, a twin-tailed fox emerges, with her body already bowed before her
You.
lord. Bowed? Or
What's your
bowed?
name, Fox?
My name is... Please type your name. Oh, sure, that's me. It is Jawbreaker, as it is. And the initial for that is... Please type your initial. JSD, I guess? Oh, is it just one? Okay, just J, I guess. Though it isn't right to expect someone like Lucifer to remember someone as insignificant as Jawbreaker SD, the fox has dedicated herself to the ruler. Is it honestly too much to expect Lucifer to remember her name? I am Jawbreaker SD, loyal subject of hell. Oh, that's me. Oh, wonderful. Loyal subject of hell and ward of the state. Jesus. I know there's a lot of people that play games like this and love games like this. I am not one of them. They're so weird. I don't understand. I am Jawbreaker SD, loyal subject of hell and ward of the state. To you I am devoted, and only to you do I bow.
Yes, right. What did you hear, Fox?
After having gone through the trouble of introducing herself, the girl is simply back to Fox again. Any normal person would know when to quit, but Jawbreaker SD is a pro-sycophant and knows no shame. My ruler, you who shroud this lower region in constant disapproval and wrath, are most illustrious keeper of what is wrong with all the cosmos, a leader like no...
Enough! If you're going to worm your way further up my anus, I would ask that you make it quick and not so painfully obvious.
Yes, supreme ruler of the Netherworld was...
Answer my question now, Fox!
Yep, to withstand in the fur on her tails, okay. Bristle under the sudden blaze of Lucy's case. Jesus Christ, how long have I been playing this game? I guess I completely forgot to change this to, what was this called? The Tail Makes the Fox, episode 1. Back to the game. Oh, is it even showing? Oh, there we go. It's been showing this whole time, right? Yeah, I think it has. He came to seek your guidance on the continued issue of the 6th District. I believe its governess has been suspected of.
Yes, the 6th District criminal. What a pain they've been lately. It's like stepping on Lego, listening to their complaints.
Stepping on a Lego. What time period does this fucking take place in? I can't tell if this is like the 1600s or today.
Exactly!
I forgot to completely read that thing. Nailed it.
Why does nobody understand how painful it is caring about such trivial issues?
Lucy groans loudly, the vibrations of their lordly voice knocking vases off their perches. I think I understand, and I am only happy to...
Yes, I know how far you go to. Perhaps there is some hole you can go crawl into.
Excuse me?
I meant help. Some hole you can help out in. If these complaints are ever going to stop, I need to send my very best worker to fix the problem.
But me? Of course not her. Lucy doesn't have any workers that aren't simply disposable tools, but they do have ones that they can't seem to easily get rid of. Unfortunately, Jumper Kirsty is number 1 on that list.
Of course you,
Jumper Kirsty. The light runs through the girl, and her tail flips around with anticipation as she hangs onto every word with the kind of dog-like devotion your parents or guardians warn you about. Sadly, Jumper Kirsty would jump off a cliff if Lucy told her so. All she needs is a nice high cliff, and for the reward to say jump for her to prove it. The most evil one said my name, yes. Oh, say it again, please. Jesus Christ. Her tails flick back and forth joyfully. She rocks on her feet, waiting for Lucy to say her name again. Jumper Kirsty waits as the task is explained to her, but all she wants to hear is her name, so not a single word actually gets to her. Jesus. Said my name again, oh Jesus.
Listening. Respond when I speak to you, Fox.
No, not Foxkin, I was so close. I would just realize she's making expressions. Yes, my humblest apologies.
You are to go to that little hellhole of a district and report back anything you find there.
As you command, is what she says, but inside her she's crying at the thought of
Return
losing.
when you found something interesting. And Fox, absolute discretion is key.
I literally just want to get to the next, drawing, background drawing, so I could just see. And then I'm done. Lucy waves her devilish hand and sends Jumper Kirsty away with the teleportation incantation. Jesus. And so begins the story of the Hell Government's most trusted worker, employee number 55378008. Jumper Kirsty, the great two-tailed Gumiho?
That solved both of my problems. Now, where's my Lego? I feel like forcing someone to river dance on it.
Oh, Jesus. This game is weirdly funny. Age, I don't know. Occupation, Lord of Hell. So the Lord of Hell, Lucy is constant. Okay, well. In life, some other. So this is like Japan. In life, some are born into positions that completely contradict their character. These poor souls spend their lives fighting their way through all the expectations and challenges such a birth will certainly bring them. Gaki is not one of those poor pitiful souls. Oh, Jesus Christ. If you ask him, Gaki will insist he was born in exactly the right place at the right time, but the last child of the prosperous family. Bad times never touched him. Not even the great 100-Year War could tarnish the young man's bright future. It's just his luck. So when a black vortex appears in his path, Gaki doesn't expect that. For once, he is in the complete wrong place at the worst of times. The great winds of the vortex sweep him up and throw him into the courtyard of the 6 districts of Hell's Caminito Palace. It's a beautiful palace, but it always has a suggestive smell of corruption, like perfume being spilled in a sweaty sauna. But this shouldn't stop one from appreciating the beauty of Caminitos, curious, westernized architecture, and well-kept gardens. Oh, Jesus Christ. Any metaphorical smells of it. Alright, let's get started. Although they very well should. I wouldn't have long to prove to the most of it, but I can do this. I was thinking of it could go wrong. Okay, I'm done here. How do I leave? Let me leave this game. Get me out of here. What the fuck? Save. I guess. I mean, there, saved. Can I leave now? Yes, I want to quit. It made me Alt F4. Jesus Christ. That was not good. Okay, Excel sheet. That I guess I'll go to the face cam. So, uh, The Tail Makes the Fox, episode 1. I played for probably 20 minutes, which is a generous 5 minutes longer than I kind of put as my minimum. So yeah, that was quite painful. Yeah, how do I explain that game? So I mean, I know it has the same kind of format as like a dating simulator. It's the only other thing I've seen that has. I mean, I know it's like a story games like this. There's a lot of story games of this sort of genre, but it's like not good. Like the genre as a whole is just. I know there's plenty of people that like it, and if you like it, this is kind of a good, a decent indie version of that. It seems like it's definitely like self-aware of the fact that it's kind of ridiculous. There's jokes thrown in there that are actually pretty funny, but like I said while I was playing it, it's like I don't know if this is supposed to happen in 1600 or today. It's weird. I do like non-binary Satan though, Lucifer, whatever. That was a good touch. Threw me off at the beginning. It's very much gives me Angel Dust vibes from Has Been Hotel. So, I mean, it was like fine, but it's definitely not my type of game, and man, is it constantly suggestive. Uh, yeah. Mm-mm. Actual rating of this. Uh, Hold on, I played it. Rating for this, I would give a 2 out of 10. But that's personal. If you like this kind of game, it would certainly be higher. If I like this kind of game, it would probably be at least a 5, but I don't. So, next game on the list